Hi everyone, Maria here. Today I don't want to talk about anything to do with business because people ask me all the time things about me, and I think every once in a while I'm doing a video about my life and my unique perspective. Not that you don't have a unique perspective, we all do, but very few have lived a perspective that I've lived, and I know this because unbeknownst to me, doctors are now calling me uh I don't know what they're calling it. I'm saying a miracle. They're just not sure what to do with me anymore. And I say that humbly and not to sound like I'm unique in any way, but I'll just tell you this. I recently went to a new doctor who actually referred me to an organization that helps people with um what is it called? Rare diseases. Even though I don't have a too much of a rare disease, it's muscular dystrophy, which I've talked to you about before, and it's called Duchenne's. It's that my age is really advanced to have a childhood disease and still be here, and that's what I want to talk about today. The fact that somehow I've managed to make it to my age, which is, I mean, you're not going to believe it when I tell you, so I'll just go ahead and tell you. And yes, this is my own hair color. It is not colored, no dye in my hair at all. I don't understand. But I'm 65. Wow, that's a big number. And in saying that, that's huge. And most of my friends have passed away, but for some reason, I'm still here. So, what is it? What's going on? And there's no reason to question it. That's why I keep making my videos. They'll be here long past the time that I leave. But the thing is that I don't know how I feel about that. Every doctor I've seen, everyone, it's been now four medical professionals who are just amazed. They just look at me and they're just the last one I went to, I'm telling you, she was so nice. She was a specialist in the muscular dystrophies, and she was so nice. She asked questions. She was just at the end of our conversation, she gently touched my hand. And I said, really, I've heard this. Am I not supposed to be here? This is, it's God's will, but am I not supposed to be here? Have I really pushed the envelope? Have I really gone beyond my expiration date? Most people don't know what the expiration date, no one does, but at least we know it's not. I mean, they put one on me a long time ago. A long time ago, I was set to expire. I was set to be put down, and that was it. But I've managed to. I should go to Vegas and play the odds. I've managed to do the odds. I probably could win. Hey, let me go play one of these games online. But anyway, yeah, I've had an expiration date. And like I was saying, the doctor put her hand gently on mine, and I said, "Is it true? I've heard this from four professionals already." And she says she did this. She didn't, she just went like that to me. And then she immediately referred me to this organization on rare diseases that helps fund not care. That's what I need. I need the care, the funding for care. No, it funds like medication and equipment and some things, not everything. So she's referred me to that, and she's involved. She's calling, I mean, sending me messages to make sure that she gets the application, and because they want to help me because it's an organization that helps people with rare diseases. And that makes me like think, wow, that's weird because I don't, like I said, I don't have a rare disease. It's muscular dystrophy. It's one of the 40 neuromuscular diseases. It's called Duchenne's, but the problem is that Duchenne's is a childhood disease, and you should not be here at this length. And I'm still, as you guys see me every day, with posting videos and talking and able to communicate with you, even though my computer is acting up. Um, it's just weird. That's what I wanted to talk about today about is what do you do when you get some, get some bad news or bad something, anything bad, you just keep moving forward. You just don't let it stop you, and don't let it prevent you from moving forward. Maybe com, oh God, put it in compartments. I can never pronounce that word. And com, oh, whatever. Put it in compartments, separated from what you're doing. Everybody goes through bad things. I'm going through something now where I thought people were my friends, but they're not. And I always get backstabbed. So what do? You just don't. You just keep going forward and disregard that, and then just keep moving your life, because unbeknownst to most people, you do have an expiration date. You do know it, but it's like so far away in your head. But when you live with that idea that you shouldn't be here almost all your life, or know that you have an illness is bad, but I didn't know that I really shouldn't be here this long. But I know some of you are going to say, well, it's not your will to know, but the doctors have told me this for so long, all my life. But now it's getting unique. It's getting even worse, because the older I get, the more unique I become. I saw a guy, and I said this in another video, that's helping me with some stuff, and he was a young man, and he saw me, came to my home, and he was like, "You're still here?" I was like, "Yeah." He's, he said, "Oh my God, you're like the only one." And he knows many people with the disease that I have. And he was like, "You're just," he didn't want to say the word. I said, "You can say just old, but you don't look it." I'm like, "I know, I have no Botox." So that's what I wanted to talk today about. And that, not to make it creepy or make it depressing. I just wanted to say, no matter what your situation, you got to move forward. So I guess I will take it back to business. You've got to move forward. So if you, like for me, a lot of my energy is put into building a business and understanding what I do. But for you, it could be anything. It could be, you know, taking care of someone. It could be working with your dog to train them. It could be just reading a good book. But the thing is, you have to keep moving forward, because you never know when your expiration date is. You want to make the most of it. And just to tell you that and some people have asked me this, so I'll just address it now. The most difficult part of having a disability this severe is that you have to rely on so many people for so many things. And sometimes people don't come through, and they don't know that one day they might need someone, and they're not going to come through either. But for me, that's been the hardest, laying there in bed waiting for someone to come get me out of bed. That's the pain in the butt, considering I sleep about 6 hours a day. So I'm awake at like 6 in the morning, quarter to six, and I have to wait till 9 o'clock when someone comes to help me. Just the same as going to bed. When I want to, sometimes I'm not ready to go to bed, but someone comes around 9 o'clock to get me in bed. So it's like, you really have a short time in the day to be an independent person. And then I'm reverted back to a needy person that needs somebody's help. But one thing about needing someone's help, I need people's help. I can't argue the point. It just has to be done. But it's a difference within needing someone's help and being needy. And in my case, I'm not needy. I just need someone's help. And when people don't come through, that sucks. That's the worst part of my life. But you know what? At the same time, I'm blessed because I've been here so long, and I've lived so long, and I've seen so much stuff. But I understand that people don't see that. But sometimes when you have, I'm not going to say it because it sounds creepy if I say it, but I feel like like the doctor was saying, I've been here a long time. So as a blessing, I'm a blessing to my, I heard a door. Oh, anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about, other than I just wanted to say that sometimes the road is rough. It seems like it's a long road ahead of you, but you just got to keep moving forward, no matter what your situation. It could be bad, it could be bleak, but you have the ability to move forward. So I think that's what I wanted to say today, because sometimes you want to address something other than a business topic and have people know who I am. So today, that's what I wanted to talk about, just the fact that even if you think you have a long time, you might, and you might not. So just do your best, push forward, and don't let the situation or the circumstances define who you are, because you're defining who you are. And you can decide to either dwell on something or not. And in my case, hey, I've had one of the biggest challenges known not to men, but or to women or to anyone, but a big challenge known to a person: the loss of their own ability to care for themselves, to feed themselves, to comb their hair, to do everything for themselves. And when you require help, ask for help and just get over it. Get over the fact that you need help and just get over it. So in business, it's the same thing. Sometimes you need help to grow your business, you need help to understand what's going on. And that's what you do. You find someone to help you, and then you move forward. You get that information, you get them to help you, and you whatever you need to do, you do it and you move forward. But other than that, that's all I wanted to address today. Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe.